Hello guys, have you ever needed to leave your home country, your house, your family, and friends behind? Well, yes, I need it. So today I'm going to inform you the reasons why I had to leave Bolivia, one of the poorest countries of South America. According to the BBC News, Bolivia is one of the highest and most isolated countries of South America, and is considered to be one of the poorest countries of South America too. Bolivia has the second largest natural gas reserve of all South America. We're really rich in minerals. But even though we have all these things, we're considered to be one of the poorest countries of South America. Well, Bolivia is in a bad situation for three main reasons. It has a bad situation economically, politically, and security. Well, first of all, in the political, according to the New York Times, in 2009, Bolivians ratified a new constitution, where Evo Morales made some new changes to the laws in Bolivia. First of all, he changed the name of Bolivia. Bolivia was known as the Republic of Bolivia, and now it's called the Plurinational State of Bolivia. The President Evo Morales, who's the first president, indigenous president that Bolivia has in the history, made some new laws that favors to half of the of the people who live in Bolivia. He thinks that everyone should have the equal rights and everyone should be equal. No one can have like more or less. So that's bringing up some problems. So now, according to Ozark.com, Bolivia has, besides having that political problem, in the next month they're supposedly to pass more than 100 new laws in Bolivia. Those laws are being have a prejudice for the people because not everyone agrees with the new laws that Evo Morales has. For example, one of his laws is people who have more than one house in Bolivia or more than one territory, one of those houses or territories, they pass to be out to the state, and the state is the new owner of that property. So, do you think that's fair for people who like, worked for those things and studied for those things? And do you think that Evo Morales has the right to take those things? According to the BBC, Bolivia has one of the highest rates of economic. The economic uh, is higher since Evo Morales entered being president. But for what? Where's that money going? Where's that money? Because in Bolivia, there's no schools, there's not a good public education. Public schools don't even have bathrooms. People don't have chairs to sit. Students, there's not a good medical service. The hospitals, people cannot be attended. They have to be attended on the streets because there's not enough space. There are not enough hospitals. Then another reason is in the political space, Bolivia has been really prejudiced because we have a really big external debt. In 2009, our external debt was from a 30.9%. And in 2013, our debt grew to a 40.5%. So everyone wonders in Bolivia, where's that money? Where's the money that everyone's paying for? And from where does this money come? This money comes from drugs, from cocaine. Bolivia is known for one of the largest producers of cocaine, and the biggest consumer of cocaine from Bolivia is the United States. President George Bush, when Evo Morales entered being president, he told Evo Morales, if you don't change your laws about narco traffic, and if you still, because Evo Morales supports this type of drug, he supports the leaf of coca, which from that you produce the cocaine. He told, if you don't stop that, we're gonna break relationships with you, with Bolivia. United States helped Bolivia a lot, but since Evo Morales entered to being a president, our relationship with the United States decreased. Another problem that we have is security, especially for Americans. American or tourists, and even the citizens, they are in danger of being raped, of being robbed in the streets, crime in the streets. For example, one day I was coming back from school, and three guys with three knives came and took out my phone, my wallet, and my bag from school. So there's no security. Roads are bad. Roads are falling down. So I think it's time to change this, but people are not going to easily give up on what they have, because there are people who support Evo Morales, because Evo Morales is helping the poor people. But I don't know, if someone tells you Bolivia has a good economy, would you see little kids from 3-4 years working on the streets? Because if you go to Bolivia, you're gonna see little kids from 5-6 years old working on the streets, getting into drugs. So I think right now the position in Bolivia is in a really bad situation right now, and the only solution that most people found is leaving Bolivia. This Sunday there are gonna be elections for the new president of Bolivia, but as Evo Morales said, if he wins again, he's gonna put a new rule that there's not gonna be any more presidents, that he's gonna stay there, like Hugo Chavez from Venezuela, because his best friends from Evo Morales were Venezuela and Cuba. So that's the future that Bolivia has, like Venezuela. In the future, there's not gonna be bread, not even milk to buy for everyone. So I think it's time for a change, and that's the reality why I had to leave Bolivia and leave my house. And probably most people don't know, but Bolivia is a really rich place. We could have more money. We sell gas to Brazil, to Argentina, but those contracts are gonna end in 2018 and 2020. And after that, Brazil already said that they don't want any more to do with Bolivia. Thank you very much. So, any questions?
Diego, I have one question. Why are people still voting for Evo Morales?
People are still voting for Evo Morales because, especially poor people, because he offers money. He's throwing out the money to poor people instead of buying hospitals, schools, or health services. He's giving all the money to with bonus. He's giving money, but that's why people approve that. And because farmers who are growing the leaf of coca, which makes cocaine, Evo Morales approves that. So people are going to still vote for him. And even though if they don't vote, the last election, people who were dead voted in the elections. People who were dead, can you imagine? People who are buried voted. So now you can see that there's no democracy in Bolivia.
Thank you.
I have a question. Will people always have to leave Bolivia to have a better future, or can they have a future in Bolivia?
People can have a future in Bolivia if they go in part of the president, but not everyone's going to be that. There's too much corruption. There's not a good education in Bolivia. There's not a good future for now, and especially if that president continues, there's not a future for anyone. He's taking out everyone. People who are not from his side, he's taking out from their charges. So for now, I think, in my opinion, I think the better thing is to leave Bolivia. If you stay in Bolivia, you have to be from Evo's side, because if not, there's no future. Thank you very much.